NASA is making strides toward fostering the next generation of innovators by investing nearly $870,000 annually in 52 institutions across the United States, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. This initiative, part of the Space Grant College and Fellowship Program Space Grant, aims to enhance workforce development and education in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM fields, particularly in aerospace. Established by Congress in 1989 and administered through NASA's Office of STEM Engagement (OSTEM), the Space Grant Program is designed to cultivate a skilled workforce that will support NASA's missions and strengthen the nation's aerospace sector. Torry Johnson, Deputy Associate Administrator for the STEM Engagement Program at NASA headquarters, emphasized the program's significance, stating the Space Grant Program exemplifies NASA's commitment to cultivating a new generation of STEM leaders. By partnering with institutions across the country, we ensure that students have the resources, mentorship, and experiences needed to thrive in the aerospace workforce. The list of awardees includes prestigious institutions such as the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, University of California, San Diego, and University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, among others. Each awardee will collaborate with state-based consortia that involve universities, government agencies, and aerospace industries, thereby expanding opportunities for students and researchers while promoting partnerships with NASA. In a remarkable display of progress in gender representation in space exploration, NASA astronauts McClain and Nichole Ayers completed the 5th all-female spacewalk on May 1, 2025. This momentous event, which lasted over 6 hours, marked a significant milestone in NASA's efforts to promote diversity within its astronaut corps. McClain, who had originally missed the first all-female spacewalk in 2019 due to a spacesuit sizing issue, expressed her excitement for finally participating. "It's a privilege to be part of this historic moment," she said, highlighting the importance of representation in STEM fields. During the spacewalk, the duo worked on preparing the International Space Station (ISS) for a new set of solar panels and relocating an antenna. Both astronauts are part of NASA's Crew 10 mission, which launched in March and has allowed them to contribute to critical maintenance of the ISS. This spacewalk not only reinforces the capabilities of women in space but also sets the stage for future missions, including the upcoming Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon. However, amidst these triumphs, NASA faces challenges related to budget constraints that could impact its future missions. The agency announced a delay in the next call for proposals for an astrophysics mission due to anticipated cuts in its overall science budget. The Small Explorer (SMEX) mission, which was slated for a call this April, will now be postponed until at least April 2026 as NASA awaits clarity on its fiscal year 2026 budget proposal. The expected cuts could significantly hinder NASA's ability to maintain its leadership in space science, prompting a coalition of industry and advocacy groups to voice their concerns over the potential repercussions of such reductions. As these developments unfold, NASA continues to navigate the delicate balance between advancing its missions and ensuring the sustainability of its programs. The investments in STEM education through the Space Grant Program and the groundbreaking achievements of astronauts like McClain and Ayers highlight the agency's commitment to innovation and diversity even as it confronts fiscal challenges. Looking ahead, the outcomes of the forthcoming budget proposals will undoubtedly shape the landscape of NASA's scientific endeavors and workforce development strategies. Emphasizing the need for continued advocacy and support for the agency's vital missions. In a historic moment for space exploration, NASA astronauts McClain and Nichole Ayers stepped outside the International Space Station (ISS) on May 1, 2025 to conduct the 5th all-female spacewalk in history. As they emerged into the vacuum of space around 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the astronauts embarked on a critical mission that not only highlights the growing representation of women in space but also serves practical purposes for the ongoing operation of the ISS. The spacewalk, designated as U.S. Spacewalk 93, is set to last approximately 6.5 hours. During this extravehicular activity, McClain and Ayers will install a mounting bracket to prepare for the future installation of International Space Station Rollout Solar Arrays (IROSA). This upgrade aims to boost the station's power generation capabilities by up to 30%. increasing its total available power from 160 kilowatts to approximately 215 kilowatts. In addition, the astronauts will relocate a communications antenna, ensuring continued operational efficiency for the ISS. McClain, a seasoned astronaut participating in her third spacewalk, donned a suit marked with red stripes, while Ayers, a first-time spacewalker, wore a suit without any markings. Both women are military officers and pilots, having arrived at the ISS as part of NASA's SpaceX Crew 10 mission in March. Their mission is particularly significant as it follows a series of recent milestones for women in space, including astronaut Suni Williams setting a record earlier this year for the most cumulative time spent on spacewalks by a female astronaut. The all-female nature of this EVA is a momentous achievement, given that the first all-female spacewalk only occurred in 2019, performed by astronauts Christina Koch and Jessica Meir. Since then, there have only been a few such instances, with this spacewalk marking a step forward in gender representation within the astronaut corps, which currently includes 20 women among NASA's 47 active astronauts. Prior to their spacewalk, the ISS underwent a minor orbital adjustment on April 30 to avoid potential debris from a Chinese Long March rocket which had been on a collision course with the station. This maneuver involved firing the thrusters of the Progress 91 spacecraft, enhancing safety for the astronauts during their critical tasks outside the station. As McClain and Ayers work outside the ISS, they symbolize a broader shift towards inclusivity in space exploration. The significance of their mission extends beyond the technical objectives. It represents a concrete example of the strides made towards gender equality in a field that has historically been male-dominated. With the continued advancement of space technology and missions, the contributions of women like McClain and Ayers will undoubtedly inspire future generations of astronauts. As NASA continues to push the boundaries of exploration, the spacewalk of May 1 serves as a reminder of the progress made in spaceflight and the challenges that still lie ahead. With upcoming missions planned under the Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon, the role of women in space is set to expand even further, paving the way for a more diverse and inclusive future in aerospace. NASA has once again made history as astronauts and McClain and Nichole Ayers ventured outside the International Space Station ISS on May 1, 2025 to conduct the fifth all-female spacewalk ever. Commencing at approximately 9:05 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the mission aimed to install a mounting bracket for future solar array installations and to relocate a communications antenna, enhancing the station's power storage capacity in preparation for upcoming solar panel additions. This significant event carries personal resonance for McClain, who was originally slated to participate in the first all-female spacewalk in 2019 but missed the opportunity due to a spacesuit sizing issue. "I think it's a testament to the progress we're making in the space industry," she remarked, highlighting the strides being made toward inclusivity in space exploration. Alongside her, Ayers, an Air Force major and former fighter pilot, took part in her inaugural spacewalk, marking a significant milestone in her career. The spacewalk, which is expected to last for over 6 hours, follows a recent maneuver to raise the ISS into a slightly higher orbit to avoid space debris from a 20-year-old Chinese rocket. This operational challenge underscores the ever-present risks associated with maintaining a habitable environment in low Earth orbit. "Every spacewalk is unique," said McClain, who has now completed 3 such missions. "Today's work is crucial as we prepare the station for its next generation of solar power." The astronauts' tasks align with NASA's ongoing efforts to enhance the ISS's capabilities, ensuring it remains a vital platform for scientific research and international cooperation. Despite the progress, the gender disparity within NASA's astronaut corps remains evident, with only 20 women among the 47 active astronauts. McClain and Ayers are currently the only female astronauts aboard the ISS, which serves as a reminder of the work still needed to achieve gender parity in space exploration. The significance of this spacewalk extends beyond its immediate technical objectives. It represents a cultural shift within the aerospace community. With the successful participation of McClain and Ayers, NASA continues to pave the way for future generations of women in aerospace, encouraging further diversity in what has historically been a male-dominated field. Looking ahead, the legacy of this spacewalk will likely inspire future missions, including NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and eventually send astronauts to Mars. As the agency prepares for these ambitious goals, the contributions of today's astronauts will undoubtedly play a crucial role in shaping the narrative of space exploration for years to come. In a remarkable display of innovation and collaboration, the 2025 HAM-SCI workshop recently brought together over 100 amateur radio enthusiasts and professional scientists at the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Hosted by the HAM-SCI project, which bridges the gap between amateur radio operators and scientific research, the event provided a platform for discussions and presentations aimed at enhancing our understanding of space weather and its effects on Earth. The workshop, aptly themed HAM-SCI's Big Year, featured an impressive lineup of 25 talks covering a range of topics from the analysis of HAM-SCI's festivals of eclipse ionospheric science events to insights gained from the May 10, 2024 geomagnetic superstorm. Participants, including researchers, students, and citizen science volunteers, engaged in both in-person and virtual formats, showcasing the inclusive nature of the event. Keynote speakers included distinguished scientists and leaders from the amateur radio community, who emphasized the importance of integrating citizen science into professional research. The collaboration between amateur radio operators and scientists not only advances our scientific knowledge but also fosters a greater appreciation for the role of citizen scientists in modern research, said one of the workshop's key presenters. The event concluded with a vibrant poster session where research and educational activities were shared, including submissions from countries such as Brazil, Egypt, the United Kingdom, and Turkey. Videos of the workshop presentations are set to be made available on the HAM-SCI website in the coming months, allowing a broader audience to access the valuable information shared during the event. The workshop is supported by NASA, the National Science Foundation, and the Amateur Radio Digital Communications Foundation, underlining the significance of this initiative in the scientific community. While the HAM-SCI workshop highlights the ongoing contributions of amateur radio operators to scientific research, other developments in the space sector have also made headlines this week. NASA's mass spectrometer observing lunar operations solo instrument is slated to return to the moon aboard a commercial rover focusing on analyzing gases trapped beneath the lunar surface. This mission, expected to launch no earlier than 2026, is part of a cooperative research and development agreement with Magna Petra Corp, which aims to explore the moon's potential for in situ resource utilization, particularly rare isotopes like helium-3. Roberto Aguilar Ayala, a research physicist at NASA Kennedy Space Center, remarked, "This new mission opportunity will help us determine what volatiles are present in the lunar surface while also providing scientific insight for Magna Petra's goals. Understanding these lunar volatiles is crucial for supporting sustained human exploration and local resource extraction." In a broader context, the importance of planetary protection is increasingly coming to the forefront as NASA prepares for crewed missions to Mars. Recent assessments focus on the biological contamination risks associated with such missions, ensuring that both Earth and Mars remain protected from harmful microorganisms. As part of this ongoing dialogue, NASA is collaborating with international agencies to refine guidelines for managing biological contamination, a critical step in ensuring the safety of future explorations. As these initiatives unfold, the interplay between amateur contributions and professional research continues to shape the landscape of space exploration. The passion and dedication exhibited at events like the HAM-SCI workshop signal a promising future for collaborative science where every voice can contribute to the greater understanding of our universe. With numerous missions on the horizon, including lunar explorations and Mars assessments, the coming years will undoubtedly witness significant advancements in both scientific knowledge and public engagement in space science. As humanity inches closer to sending its first crewed mission to Mars, NASA is diligently assessing the biological contamination risks associated with potential human activities on the Martian surface. This endeavor is not merely a scientific formality, it is a critical component of planetary protection under the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, which mandates the safeguarding of celestial bodies from harmful contamination and vice versa. In a recent status update, NASA outlined its ongoing collaboration with international space agencies, including the Committee on Space Research COSPAR, the European Space Agency ESA, and the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency JAXA. These partnerships have focused on identifying knowledge gaps regarding the transfer of Earth microorganisms to Mars and the implications of a possible Martian biosphere. The current consensus policy for planetary protection, highlighted in COSPAR's 2024 guidelines, provides broad principles but lacks detailed requirements for the unique challenges posed by crewed missions. NASA's latest work aims to quantify the biological contamination risks associated with a proposed 30-Sol Martian Days crewed mission, which would involve 2 astronauts landing on the surface of Mars. This preliminary study seeks to estimate the microbial load that could accompany human explorers and develop a framework for understanding acceptable contamination levels. Keith Cowing, a notable voice in astrobiology and a former NASA biologist, emphasized the importance of this research, stating, "This is a first step to ensure we can manage the harmful biological contamination threat to a putative Martian biosphere." The operational architecture for this mission, still in the conceptual phase, would include a small crew of 4, with 2 members staying in orbit and 2 descending to the Martian surface using a compact lander. Importantly, the crew would inhabit a pressurized rover rather than a fixed habitat, which presents unique challenges for managing waste and biological materials during their stay. As NASA prepares for this ambitious mission, another significant player in Mars exploration, the Perseverance rover, has encountered its own challenges while conducting scientific investigations on the Red Planet. Recently, the rover faced a critical situation when its drill bit became stuck while attempting to collect a rock sample from a site named Witch Hazel Hill. Fortunately, engineers successfully extracted the drill bit, demonstrating the rover's robust design intended to handle such complications. Perseverance's current exploration is focused on Jezero crater, a location believed to have once housed a river delta. The rover has been diligently sampling the layered rock formations, which may provide insights into Mars's ancient environment. NASA aims to collect and eventually return these samples to Earth, a goal complicated by budgetary constraints and logistical hurdles. The anticipated cost of the Mars sample return mission has soared to around $11 billion, prompting NASA to seek alternative cost-effective strategies. In addition to the scientific endeavors, Perseverance has garnered attention for capturing intriguing geological features such as a rock formation dubbed Skull Hill. Initial speculation suggested a meteorite origin, but subsequent analysis indicated a volcanic formation instead. "Crater rims, you gotta love 'em," remarked Katie Morgan, the project's scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, highlighting the ongoing discoveries in this dynamic landscape. As NASA continues to navigate the complexities of human and robotic exploration on Mars, the interplay between contamination risk management and scientific discovery remains at the forefront of its efforts. While the timeline for crewed missions and sample returns faces uncertainties, the agency's commitment to planetary protection and the pursuit of knowledge about Mars's history will undoubtedly shape the future of space exploration. As we look ahead, the developments from both the Perseverance rover and NASA's preparatory efforts for human missions will continue to inform our understanding of life beyond Earth and the potential for future extraterrestrial habitation. In a significant step for NASA's leadership, Jared Isaacman's nomination to be the agency's next administrator has advanced to the Senate floor after a narrow approval by the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science and Transportation. The committee's vote of 19-9 highlights the increasing partisan divides in Congress, yet Isaacman appears poised for confirmation as he garners bipartisan support. The full Senate is expected to consider his nomination in the coming weeks, although the timeline remains uncertain due to potential procedural disputes. Isaacman, a successful entrepreneur and astronaut, is best known for his role in commercial space initiatives, particularly through his company Shift4 Payments. His nomination has been largely supported by industry figures, with endorsements from influential entities such as the Commercial Space Federation and leaders in the private space sector. Committee Chair Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, articulated his backing for Isaacman, emphasizing the nominee's commitment to prioritizing NASA's Artemis lunar program over more distant Martian ambitions. This focus has raised questions about potential conflicts with SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, particularly given the delays in the Starship program, which is fundamental for NASA's lunar plans. Isaacman's vision for NASA includes not only a return to the Moon but also laying the groundwork for eventual crewed missions to Mars. During his confirmation hearings, he stated it is a fundamental requirement for NASA to inspire the next generation. And the best way to do that is to complete its missions, go back to the Moon and then on to Mars. This dual focus on lunar and Martian exploration reflects a broader strategy to maintain public interest and investment in space exploration. His nomination contrasts sharply with that of former NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine, who received no Democratic votes during his confirmation in 2017. Isaacman's approach, which has included implementing diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) programs within his companies, has earned him broader appeal among Democratic senators. However, opposition remains, with 9 Democratic senators voting against him, largely due to concerns over how his leadership might align with the agency's scientific objectives, especially in light of expected budget cuts that could impact NASA's ambitious plans. As the Senate prepares to deliberate Isaacman's nomination, the agency's budget will be a crucial topic. Reports suggest significant cuts are on the horizon, which could jeopardize NASA's science agenda and its Artemis program. Space advocacy groups are voicing concerns that any reduction in funding could stifle progress in lunar exploration and beyond. Isaacman will face the challenge of justifying these potential cuts if confirmed, particularly in the context of maintaining a sustained human presence on the Moon. In parallel developments, NASA is pushing forward with its exploration initiatives, including a new mission involving the mass spectrometer observing lunar operations (MSOLO). This instrument will be sent back to the Moon aboard a commercial rover to analyze gases trapped beneath the lunar surface, focusing on rare isotopes like helium-3. Such efforts highlight the agency's ongoing commitment to lunar exploration and resource utilization, which are critical for future missions. As Isaacman's confirmation approaches, the implications of his leadership will extend beyond administrative changes. They will shape the future trajectory of NASA's exploration programs and its role in the burgeoning commercial space sector. The coming weeks will be pivotal in determining how NASA adapts to budgetary constraints while striving to inspire a new generation of explorers and scientists.